Prudvi, Nutan, Nitin, Hiral, Gunisha, Arpit, Amlan, Satyadri, Shashank, Shiva, Shivdeep, Shubha, Sindhu, Rakesh, Vadnish, Sushil. How are you guys doing? We are doing good. Thank you, Rakesh. So how is your GRE preparation going on? Good, bad, ugly? Okay, Pranusha has GRE tomorrow. Okay, on behalf of GRE Edge and everybody attending the online seminar here, we wish you all the best, Pranusha. Okay. Yes, my money is going to share some tips and techniques. Okay, and you can use those principles, very basic principles, very fundamental. If you use them, you'll find that you'll be able to go through the exam much easily. Okay. Rakesh has on November 18th. Nitin also has on November 18th. Okay. So shall we have a poll, and you can say when are you planning to take your GRE? Sanjay has on December 27th. Next February, says Nutan. December 2nd. We're very happy to see such an energetic crowd today. Sanjay has just started his preparation. He wants some guidance. Okay. So if all of you have answered, then I'll close the poll. Okay. Thank you. Then shall we have one more quick poll? What stage of your preparation are you in? How much have you prepared? How about you, Pranusha? You're not completed? See, nobody has clicked on completed. Okay. I see somebody has chosen completed. Is that you, Pranusha? Okay. Okay, thank you guys. Okay. So where are you guys attending the online seminar from? Home, office, college, bus, train, going back home from work? Raja from home, Nitin from home, Sushil from college. Which college is that, Sushil? Rakesh from room. Hotel. Which city, Nutan? NIT Ahmedabad, says Sushil. What about the rest of you? Which college are you from? Sanjay is attending from office in Bangalore. Which office is that, Sanjay? Amlan from IIT Roorkee. Working for Ericsson, says Sanjay. Raja works for AMD Hyderabad. Okay, Nutan has passed out from NIT Warangal, now works for WAPCOS. Where are the rest of you from? I'll introduce myself also. Vijay IT. Or Shivdeep, is that from, are you from Mumbai? Vijay IT or Vijay TI? I'm slightly confused. Pranusha from Geetam Vizag. Vijay IT Hyderabad, okay. Farinda from iGate Mumbai. Okay, Dishan complains mic doesn't work. How about the rest of you? Your mic is not working? Yes, your mic is not working. All of you are muted. Okay. Because if all of us speak, there will be a lot of confusion. Okay. But at times, you might get a chance to speak. But whatever you're typing, we are receiving it. Okay. We will, we'll definitely read it out. And if you have any questions or doubts, we'll definitely solve them. TCS Hyderabad. TSEC Mumbai. Surat. Okay, thank you guys for your introduction. Okay, I'll introduce myself. My name is Samarth, and I'm a GRE advisor with GRE Edge. Okay, and I'm going to be hosting today's online seminar. Okay, and my colleague Mani Kumar is going to present today's online seminar. Okay. Now, is there anyone of you who wants to invite your friends before we get started? I'm going to hand over the mic to Mani, but before that, okay, Hiral wants to invite. Okay, sure. So I'm sending you a link. Okay. So Hiral, you can click on that link and you'll go to our Facebook page. Okay, and there you can share that post with your friend. Okay, Sanjay has his friend Prashant with him and they're sharing a single computer. Anybody else with their friends? Friends or family, brother, sister, father, mother, wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend. Funny has a friend, okay. What's the name of your friend, Funny? Sai Krishna. Okay, good evening, Sai Krishna. Okay. So, shall we get started then? Okay. So, I'll be handing over the mic to Mani Kumar. Okay, Mani Kumar is a GRE advisor at GRE Edge. He's an expert at vocab sections and AWS sections. Okay, and today he's going to guide us and tell us about the basic principles, the fundamentals of how to approach GRE RC. Okay, and using these simple yet very important and effective techniques, how you can crack tough RC passages in GRE. Okay, thank you guys. I'll hand over the mic to Mani now.
Thanks a lot, Samarth. I see we have a very energetic audience here today. Hello guys, so how are you doing? Hello Sanjay, hello Sushil, Raj, Hiral, Nutan, Raja, Funny. I'm doing good, Geeta, thank you. Hello Divya. Okay. So guys, before we start, I'd like to set some ground rules for today's online seminar. Okay, we'll go through some slides and I'll be explaining you. I will be giving you some useful tips on how to crack RC passages. Okay, while we are discussing, you can if you have a doubt related to that particular topic that we are discussing, you can ask me straight away. Okay, and if you have a doubt that is not related to that particular topic, then we'll have a question and answer session at the end of the seminar. All right, that's fine. Okay, you can type in your doubts in the chat box just as you are doing it right now. Okay, all right. Before we start, how many of you are really scared of the RC section in GRE? Dishan is, Gunisha, funny, Hiral, Gaurav, Raj says somewhat. Okay, how many of you really love the RC section in GRE? Pranusha says not scared, but I find this sometimes tough. True, true. Rajshekhar says I love short passages. Shivdeep says they're confusing. Catchy ones can affect me, says Raj. Okay. Alright, so I see we have a mixed reaction here on RC passages. Most of you would have said I hate RC passages. No wonder. Most of us do hate RC passages. They're quite long and quite boring. Now in today's online seminar, we'll see how to make them interesting. And I promise you, if you follow what I teach you today, you'll fall in love with reading comprehension. Okay, you'll read more and more articles relating to reading comprehension, and you'll be able to score better in your GRE. Okay. All right. So guys, now I'll show you a picture. A picture will come on your screen. Can you identify the picture and tell me what it is? What does it signify, and why am I showing this to you in an RC seminar? Yes, Pranusha, definitely it will help you. Mowgli, says Divya. Okay. Hypnotizing Mowgli. Baby boy is covered with snake. Okay, interesting take. Raj says picture messages can catch up faster. True. Okay. So why I'm showing you this is that the reading comprehension section, the RC passages in the GRE, is just like the snake that we are seeing. Okay, they're long and turning and twisting, and they're quite boring. They're long. Okay, and look at this. The snake has hypnotized Mowgli. Similar is the case with the RC passages in the GRE. Okay, while you're reading, you might get hypnotized. They're so long and they're so twisted and turned. Correct? So that is how an RC passage will be. They won't be very easy. I mean, you'll be very lucky if you get an easy passage. You might even get it. But most of the passages will be quite long. They might not be difficult, but they'll be quite long, and most of us spend a lot of time on RC section. Okay, so that is how the nature of an RC passage will be. Now guys, here is a sentence on your screen. Supernova triggered star formation. How many of you understood this sentence? Understood? Divya says somewhat. Hiral says no, I can't. Okay. Gunisha understood. Pranusha understood. Okay. Now I see most of you understood. Okay, it's fine if even if you haven't. Okay. Now the thing is, no, the sentence was easy to read. Okay, it was a simple sentence. Okay, it was nothing. All it said was, okay, guys, you don't have to go into the meaning of that sentence. Okay, not much into the meaning of that sentence. Okay, supernova triggered star formation. Okay, simple. It was a simple sentence, easy to read, easy to understand. Only one idea. There was only one idea. Okay, all it said was supernova is triggering star formation. Okay, and it's easy to retain in memory. Correct? If I wake you up at 3 a.m. in the middle of the night and ask you what was the sentence, any one of you would wake up and say supernova triggered star formation. Correct? Wouldn't it be? Okay, so it was an easy sentence. So why was this sentence easy? Because it was simple. There was only one idea and it was short, very short, so that we could retain in memory. Now we'll look at another sentence. Okay, I'll read it out for you. If a supernova, the explosion of a massive star, triggered star formation from dense clouds of gas and dust, and if the most massive star to be formed from the cloud evolved into a supernova triggered a new round of star formation, and so on, then a chain of star forming regions would result, and if many such chains were created in a differentially rotating galaxy, the distribution of stars would resemble the observed distribution in a spiral galaxy. Now, how many of you understood this? Gaurav understood? Gaurav is a genius. Nutan says no idea. Amlan says clear but quite long. Okay, Gunisha says little bit not but almost. Okay. Kiran understood? Correct. Okay, so the main idea behind this passage is the same as the sentence that we read earlier, supernova triggered star formation. But this statement gives more than three or four ideas. Okay, it gives so many ideas out of it. There was not just one idea, there were so many ideas coming out of it. It was a hard, complex sentence. Correct? And it's hard to retain in memory. If I ask you right now, can you repeat the sentence that we just saw? How many of you can repeat the sentence that we just saw? No way. Correct. It's hard to retain in memory as well. Correct. Okay. So that is how the nature of a GRE passage will be. Instead of giving you a simple sentence, the sentence will be quite long and twisted and turned. Okay, so you don't have to get anxious there. Okay, you need to know the tricks. You need to identify the tricks with which you can easily comprehend that particular sentence and answer the question that follow. Okay, so clear till now, guys, how a sentence in a GRE passage, in a RC passage would be. Okay. The complexity and organization strain the limits of short-term memory. It often requires us to read the sentence several times in order to understand it. Now every one of you must be asking, no, this is fine. I understood this is how a GRE RC passage will be. Now how do we overcome it? Okay. Guys, any idea how do we overcome it? By understanding? Kiran says no idea. Okay. Take a shot, Kiran. Just guess. Reading bits by bits. Wonderful, Sushil. By understanding in our own way. Okay. Okay, we need breaks in the flow of ideas so that we can assimilate what we have read and then move on. We can break the long sentence into more manageable units from which ideas can be understood easily. Now I'll give you an example, guys. Okay, say we are constructing a bridge. Okay, how do we do it? We construct it block by block, or we construct it one at a time, fully one at a time. How would we do it? Step by step, block by block. Correct. Okay, we construct each block individually and then assemble them to construct a whole complete bridge. Correct. Why can't we just construct the whole bridge and take it there and put it? Why can't we do that, guys? Why can't we just construct the whole bridge and then just take it over there and put it? Funny says easier said than done. All right. It's complicated. In fact, it's impossible, says Sindhu. Correct. Right. Similar is the case with RC passages. Okay. It's not that you cannot understand an RC passage. It's not that it's quite difficult. But the sentences are so long that it's quite difficult to understand the whole passage at one go. Okay. So what we have to do is break it down into much more manageable units that we can understand. Okay. Take a small part of it, understand it, and then go to the next part. Okay. That sounds easier. That sounds easier than reading the whole passage at once. Yes, definitely yes. Okay. Now, how do we break those long sentences? How do we uh, break those into more manageable units? Okay, we'll look into that. But before we do, okay, we've been talking about an RC passage. We've been discussing about an RC passage. Okay, so let me ask you, what is a passage? Can anybody tell me what is a passage? Collection of ideas, Funny says. Small paragraph, short extract, combination of a few sentences, flow of ideas, composition of a sentence. Is it, guys? I thought passage is something that takes you from one side of the road to the other. Alright. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, a passage is just a flow of ideas spread over a number of paragraphs. Okay, so you guys, you must have seen the building of the construction of a building, correct? It's made brick by brick, correct? One brick over the other, and then one brick over the other, and then glue it with cement, correct? Then again put another brick and glue it with cement. Similar is an RC passage. That's how an RC passage is built. Okay, you take a number of ideas, put them in a sequence, and put them in a paragraph. Okay, so that is what an RC passage is. Okay, a flow of ideas spread over a number of paragraphs. Okay, so understanding a passage. Now, how do we understand a passage? So basically, when you come across an RC passage, there are 3 steps that you need to follow: extract ideas, relate ideas, and then draw conclusions. Okay, so extract the independent ideas from the statements. Now I'll give you an example. Okay, my name is Mani Kumar. Simple example. My name is Mani Kumar. What is the idea behind that sentence? What is the idea behind that sentence, guys? Telling my name. Introduction. Correct. Okay, so I was introducing myself. Okay, so that was the idea. The idea behind that sentence was that I was introducing myself. So you're clear there that I want to introduce myself. Okay, now once you extract the idea from a sentence, similarly you have to extract the idea from a particular sentence in an RC passage. Okay, once you do that, you have to relate those ideas. Okay, understand how the ideas are related.
Hello everyone. Can you hear us now? Okay. Sorry, there's some technical issue because of which you're not able to hear from the other computer. Okay. We- We'll be back in just a few seconds. Okay.
Guys, am I audible now? All right. Okay. So guys, we'll continue. All right, Kiran, am I audible now? Fine now. Okay. All right. So we'll continue. Where were we? I think I was explaining about relating the ideas. Correct? Yes. Okay. So once you extract the ideas from a passage, okay, once you extract the ideas from a passage, you need to relate them. Okay. So guys, try to put yourself in the author's shoes. In the author's shoes, try to imagine that you are the author and you were writing that particular article. So if you were in that position, um, how would you imagine? How would you think? How would you write it? Okay. So if you do that, you'll understand that each idea is related to each other. Okay, we can't just put some 50 random ideas and put it and make it into an article. Well, that's not an RC passages, correct? The ideas would be related. There would be one common message in that article or common theme of that article, so you need to relate those. Okay, then you need to draw conclusion. Okay, so third is to draw conclusions. Main idea, purpose, tone, attitude, and inference. Okay. If you identify the tone of the passage, okay, what is the tone of the author? Is he sarcastic? Is he serious? Is he humorous? Okay, what is the tone of the passage? If you can identify that, that will help you in understanding what a particular sentence means. Okay. Okay, Funny has an interesting question here. Funny is asking, can we get so much time to think these many things while reading and understanding the passage? Good question, Funny. Okay, now initially it will be very tough. Okay, initially when you're reading a passage, if when you try to apply these methods, it might take time and you might feel that it's quite difficult. Okay, but as you do it for 3 or 4 passages, it becomes quite easy. Okay, and you'll do it like flowing water. It becomes quite easy. Just take the example of a bicycle. Okay, when you're first riding it, when you're first learning it, you need somebody to hold the bicycle, correct, and still even if somebody is holding the bicycle, you will be still be wobbly. You'll still be wobbly, correct. You might even fall down. Okay, then one day you are riding and suddenly your parents or whoever is holding the bike, they have suddenly released the bike and you are going on your own. You won't realize. Okay, this is the similar case. Okay, once you start practicing, once you do this, okay, in 3 or 4 passages you'll know how exactly to do it. You won't even take much time, and you'll get into the flow of it. It will be very useful then. Okay, I hope I've answered your question, Funny. Okay, Hiral has one more question. Hiral says, how much time should we spend in these passages? Okay, so Hiral, these techniques are for you to are for your assistance for you to understand the passage in a better way. Correct. These are only techniques that will help you understand the passage in a better way. So you need not spend much time, only until you understand the passage. Okay. If you are able to understand the sentence in the first go, then it's well and good. You don't even have to apply these techniques. But if you are not able to do that, then these techniques will be very helpful. Okay, so make sure you don't take much time in it. Okay, only until you understand them. Srikanth, I'll tell you that. Okay, so shall we move forward, guys? What are the three steps of understanding a passage? Guys, I want responses from all of you. Let me know that you guys are listening. Yes. Okay. Now, guys, we just discussed that we need to break long sentences into shorter ones. Okay. Any idea how do we do that? How do we break longer sentences into shorter ones? Any idea? Take a shot, guys. Take a shot. Take a guess. It's fine if it's wrong. By identifying road signs. Okay. What do you mean by road signs, Gaurav? Splitting of that word, not exactly, Raj. By looking at independent ideas, says Divya. Alright. We can cut into parts. Shrikant, you're right, but how do we do that exactly? We can't just cut it anywhere, right? Funny says, when the idea of the passage is changing, take a break. Funny, if we had known that if we could identify the idea of the passage, then we wouldn't need all these techniques, right? Highlight important words in brain. Okay. All right. I'll tell you. Look for coordinating conjunctions in a long sentence. Okay. Now, what are coordinating conjunctions? Okay. Okay. One method is to identify the conjunctions. Now, guys, what are conjunctions? Can anyone tell me what are conjunctions? Connectors. Pravesh says connectors. Nutan says connectors. Joins two phrases. Sushil says. Correct. Conjunctions are those words which join two or more phrases. Okay. So those kind of words are called conjunctions. Okay. Now there are two kinds of conjunctions. One are coordinating conjunctions and the other is subordinating conjunctions. Let's look at some coordinating conjunctions. Now, guys, according to the name, going on the name, coordinating conjunctions. Can you guys tell me what exactly does a coordinating conjunction mean? Releases or supports the sentences. Okay. Why joining words that help join ideas? All right. Okay. All right. I'll tell you according as the name suggests. Okay. Coordinating conjunctions are those conjunctions which join two sentences as well as give equal importance to both the phrases that have been joined. Okay. Since the name is coordinating, they give equal importance. They coordinate. Okay. They give equal importance to both the phrases that have been joined. Okay. So the example is on your examples are on your screen for yet, nor, or, and, so, but. Okay. So guys, can you form a sentence using any of these coordinating conjunctions? I'll give you just 15 seconds. Try to form a sentence using any of these coordinating conjunctions. All right. Okay. So your responses are moving so fast I can't even read. All right, guys. That's good. That's good actually. Ram is a male and Sita is a female. Okay. Very simple sentence. Correct. Ram and Shyam are good friends, says Raj. Okay. Fanindra says GRE is good and useful. All right. I went to the market and bought 2 kilo onions. Okay, Prithvi, that would be very costly. Okay. All right. Good. I tried hard yet I lost the match. Okay. The day has started early but I still have a lot of work to do. Good Divya. Good sentence formation. Raja, try making that into a single sentence. Shrikant, you can type in your doubts in the chat box. Shivdeep says RCs are very long and twisting. Okay. He stumbled but didn't fall. Varshit. Good. Okay. So guys, you understood what a coordinating conjunction is? Okay. So whenever you come across any coordinating conjunction in RC passage, what do you have to do? You'll have to say here you are culprit. Okay. And you have to break the sentence right away. Alright. Understood guys? Alright. Now coming to subordinating conjunctions. Can anyone tell me what are subordinating conjunctions? Prithvi, yes, Prithvi, very good. Actually, that I'm going to come to that once we finish conjunctions. Okay, I just guys, I just explained what is a coordinating conjunction. Now, based on that, can you guess what is subordinating conjunction? That connects a principal clause and a subordinate clause. Very good, Pahur. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. All right, I'll tell you in simple words. Okay, it's those type of conjunctions which join two sentences, but give importance to one phrase, one sentence over the other. Okay, these words are used to join two phrases, but they give importance to one phrase over the other. Okay, now you can try forming a sentence using any of these subordinating conjunctions that you see on the screen. Okay, I'll give you 15 seconds again. Try once more guys with a lot more energy. Try much better examples now. won the match although he played foul. Correct, Amlan. That's a good one. He will not buy Mercedes unless he becomes rich and wealthy. Gaurav, the sentence formation, the idea of the sentence is correct, but there are some grammatical mistakes. You can review it once again. Ram is okay. Ram is very small because he cannot climb the tree. Okay, I don't understand the literal sense, but the sentence is correct. Don't let those dogs out until I order you. Correct, Sushil? Whenever I ride in the bus, I get delayed for college. I get late for college would be a better usage, Divya. We have to face failures before tasting success. Correct. Very good, Funny. After every failure, there is a shadow of success. Gaurav and Funny, are you guys sitting together? Okay. All right. So guys, so you now understand what are subordinating conjunctions, right? Yes. Okay. So now again, whenever you see any subordinating conjunction in a RC passage, you can break the sentence right there. Okay. So that will help you understand the sentence in breaking and in breaking down the sentence. Okay, for better understanding. Okay, now punctuations, coming to punctuations. Okay, punctuations like comma, semicolon, okay, colon and hyphen. Punctuations like these are very important. Okay, whenever you find these punctuations, you can break the sentence there. It helps us understand better. Okay. Okay, you can form any sentence, you can read any newspaper articles. Okay, whenever you come across a comma or a semicolon or a colon or a hyphen, you can break down the sentence there, make the sentence into two, and then you can understand the sentence much better. Okay, so now all these techniques you have to do it in your mind. Okay, I won't suggest you to take a pencil and note down because we only have so much time during our GRE exam. Okay, if you're learning it for the sake of your own vocabulary, then it's fine, you can take down notes and all, but since GRE is a time-based test, I won't recommend that. Okay, you have to do it in your mind while you're reading the passage. Okay, and these techniques are only to assist you to understand the passage better. Okay, if you are able to understand the passage in one single go, then it's well and good. Okay, so guys, understood till now? All clear? So guys, not now we had we had an RC session. We had some few tips and techniques. Now, how many of you would like to answer an actual GRE question and compete against each other? Okay, you all would. All right, I see a good response there. Okay, I'll hand over the mic to my colleague Samarth. Okay, he'll tell you the instructions.
Thank you, Mani. So are you guys enjoying? Okay, so if you want to participate in this contest, it's called the millisecond movement. Okay, you can visit this page. That's our Facebook page. Okay, and I'll be uploading the question there very shortly. Funny says RCs and enjoying will never go hand in hand. Okay, so what you have to do is when you come across the question, you have to solve it, and the first person to solve it correct will be winner of the millisecond moment. Okay, Sushil says his Facebook doesn't work properly. Okay, Sushil, you can answer it here. The rest of you who want to compete against each other, you can do that. All right. Okay, I posted it. Fahur says no Facebook. Okay, I'll post the question here also. You can try it here also, Fahur. Okay, so we'll give others a chance to first solve it there, and then we'll discuss it here. I see Pravesh, Pranusha, Shivdeep, Saif, Divya, Rakesh. They have answered. Okay, Gaurav, I posted it here also. Okay, fine, Pravesh, you can solve it here. Okay, and the first person to get the answer right is Shivdeep Reddy. Okay, congratulations, Shivdeep, and a big round of applause for Shivdeep. Okay, thank you everyone for participating. Okay, the answer is B. Okay. Okay, Divya is also clapping for you. Anybody else wants to congratulate him? Okay, Shrikant, Sushil, Raja. Okay, anyways, we'll get back to the online seminar. Thank you guys.
Well, that was a fantastic contest. Well done, all of you guys. A big round of applause for all of you who have participated. Okay, so I wish I had participated as well, but according to the rules, Samad didn't allow me to participate. Anyway, we'll get back to the online seminar. Guys, let us just quickly go through a few real real RC examples from the GRE. All right, ready? All right, I am looking for more of a bring it on kind of reaction. Okay, all right. Okay, there's a passage, there's a small intercept of an RC passage on your screen. I'll read it out for you. Okay, and while I'm reading, you can also read it out with me. Okay. In the 19th century, when women began to enter factories, Jules Simon, a French politician, warned that by doing so, women would give up their femininity. Frederick Engels, however, predicted that women would be liberated from the social, legal, and economic subordination of the family by technological developments that made possible the recruitment of the whole female sex into public industry. Observers thus differed on the social effects of mechanization, but they agreed that it would transform women's lives. Okay, was that easy or was that difficult? What do you think? Divya, Raj, Fani, Saif, Gunisha, Raja, Surya, Hiral, everyone says easy, easy, easy. Alright. Alright, let's break it down. Okay. Let's break it down into how we have to analyze an RC passage. Okay. Now identify individual lines. So obviously there are three sentences in this RC passage. Okay. In the 19th century, when women began to enter factories, Jules Simon, a French politician, warned that by doing so, women would give up their femininity. Okay. So he is establishing the scenario here. Okay, guys, you must have noticed in movies. Okay, the first scene would be that there's a narration that tells you that this is the scenario, this is happening in this particular year, this is the story. Correct? So, the person who is telling you the story establishes the scene. Okay, the situation. Okay, so similarly, author here has started with establishing the scene. Okay, so he's saying in the 19th century, when women began to enter factories, okay, so that means when women started working, okay, Jules Simon, some French politician, warned that by doing so, women would give up their femininity. Okay, that French politician was afraid that if women started to work, they would give up their femininity. Okay, that is clear. First sentence is clear. Clear, yes. Okay, all right. So next, let's see. Now he has established something. He has given us the idea. So he's talking about women. The idea of this first sentence is that he's talking about women starting to enter factories. Okay, and a French politician's opinion on that. Correct? Femininity. Yeah, femininity means the characteristic of a woman. Okay, Karthik. The characteristics of a woman, that is called femininity. All right. So now since since the first sentence has we've understood the first sentence, let's go to the second one. Frederick Engels, however, now whenever we come across a word however, what does it mean? What does it mean, guys? Whenever we come across the word however, contrast. Okay, contradiction. Karthikeyan says contradiction. Correct. Okay, so whenever we use the word however, you can be sure that there would be a contradiction. There will be a little contradiction. It might not be exactly opposite, but there would be a little contradiction. Okay, so here Frederick Engels is saying something. The author is saying that Frederick Engels, however, so when we come across the word however, okay, we can be sure that Frederick Engels is going to give a contradicting opinion. Okay, predicted that women will be liberated from the social, legal, and economic subordination. Okay, so he predicted that women would be liberated. Okay, women would be free from all this subordination. Women would be free from all this all these cultural barriers. Okay, of the family by technological development. So he said that if this technological development happens because of the recruitment of the whole female sex into public industry, okay, he's saying if the technological developments happen because of women entering factories, then women would be freed from from all the subordination, from all the cultural backdrops. Okay, so that is what the author says Frederick Engels had to say. So in the first two lines, the author has given opinions of two persons. Okay, one is Jules Simon, and the other is Frederick Engels. Now, since he has established the opinions of two persons, now how does he conclude the passage with? Okay, let's see. Observers thus differed on the social effects of mechanization, but they agreed that it would transform women's lives. Okay, so he is concluding that everyone had a different opinion on the social effects of mechanization. Okay, but everyone agreed that it would definitely transform women's lives. So that was a simple passage. Understood, guys? Yes, clear? We'll look at another passage. Any doubts till now, guys? You can ask me before we move on to the next passage. Guys, can you hear me, guys? Am I audible? Okay. So, guys, sorry about the technical glitch. Okay, we are back again. Okay, so I was explaining that since the author is telling facts here, he is saying that people had different opinions. Okay, on the mechanization. Okay, social effects of mechanization, but people had different opinions, and that's what he had concluded. So the tone is more factual here. Okay, all right. So guys, shall we move on to the next? Shall we move on to the next passage? Ready? Okay, I'll show you the passage and then I'll give you some time. Okay, I'll give you exactly 1 minute, and I'll be silent for 1 minute. You can read out. You can read the passage yourself, and then I'll ask you a question. Fine. All right. Your time starts now, guys. Akshat, I'll answer your question at the end of the seminar. All right, guys. So are you done with it? Guys, this is just an intercept of an actual RC passage. Your actual RC passage would be much longer. Okay, so you should not take this much time. This actually you should this passage takes 15 seconds to read. Okay. All right, guys. All of you are done. Okay, so let's go to a question. Now, guys, there's a question on your screen. Which of the following are true based on the information provided in the passage? The increase in the proportion of women in armed forces will bring dramatic gains for women. That is one. Two, pay for women in the armed forces is as high as those of men. Three, the attitude of armed forces towards occupational equality is condescending. Okay, so which one is the correct answer? 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay. I see mixed opinions here. All right, that indicates most of you have not been able to comprehend the passage well. Okay, I'll tell you what is the correct answer. But first, let's go back to the passage and analyze it. Okay, and then I'll ask you again. All right. Okay, so the recent change to all volunteer armed forces in the United States will eventually produce a gradual increase in the proportion of women in the armed forces and in the variety of women's assignments, but probably not the dramatic gains for women that might have been expected. This is so even though the armed forces operate in an ethos of institutional change oriented towards occupational equality and under the federal sanction of equal pay for equal work. So guys, how many conjunctions are there in this passage? Can you identify? How many conjunctions are there in the passage, guys? 3, 4, 4, 3. Okay. Okay, there are basically three conjunctions. Okay, so these three are the conjunctions where you can break down a sentence. Okay, so to understand this passage better, you can break down those sentences here. So we'll start with the first sentence. Okay, so the change to all volunteer armed forces in the United States will eventually produce a gradual increase in the proportion of women in the armed forces. Okay, so the recent change to all volunteer armed forces. Now the all volunteer armed forces is a single, you can consider it a single word. It's a noun. Okay, so it's you can consider it like any other organization. Okay, so you can call it all volunteer armed forces. So when you're reading it, consider it as a single entity. Okay, if you read it as four words, okay, you will get confused. So consider it a single entity. Okay, so the recent change to all volunteer armed forces in the United States will eventually produce. Okay, so the armed forces in the United States will eventually produce a gradual increase in the proportion of women in the armed forces. Okay, so instead of just saying that it will increase the number of women in the armed forces, the author is saying eventually produce a gradual increase in the proportion of women in the armed forces. Okay, so that is quite twisted. Okay, but it means the same, that the number of women are going to increase. Okay, and in the variety of women's assignments. Okay, so the number of women will increase and the variety of their assignments will also increase. Okay, but probably not the dramatic gains for women that might have been expected. Okay, so the author is saying that uh, there has been a change in the all volunteer armed forces. The number of women will go up, the number of the variety in the number of women's assignments will go up, but it's not that much gains for women that would have been expected. Okay, so the author was expecting some kind of gains, so it's what happened right now, it's not as much as what he has expected. So what is the tone here? What is the tone of the author here? Neutral? Dissatisfied, correct. Pravesh is right. Okay, is more of dissatisfied or disappointed. Okay, because he was expecting something. Correct, Divya. Right. So he was expecting something, but there was that change. They made that change, but it was not that dramatic as he was expecting. Okay, there was a small change. Okay, he was expecting a big change, but all they did was a small change. Okay, so that is what it means. So let's move on to the second sentence. So this is so even though the armed forces operate in an ethos of institutional change oriented toward occupational equality and under the federal sanction of equal pay for equal work. Okay, so the author is saying this happened even though the armed forces operate in an ethos of institutional change. Okay, so guys, what do you mean by ethos of institutional change? What do you mean by ethos first? Customs, Pranusha? Close enough? Yes, correct. Pranusha, you're quite close. Okay, it's a characteristic spirit of a culture. Okay, the culture inside we our college or our company where we are working. Okay, we all have a certain culture, right? A certain way of working, certain values, a community, correct? Guidelines, attitudes, and aspirations. Okay, so that is combinedly called ethos. Okay. So the ethos of institutional change oriented toward occupational equality. Okay, so the author is saying armed forces operates in an ethos of institutional change oriented toward occupational equality. So the armed forces is operating under occupational equality. So they don't discriminate between men and women. So that's what it means by occupational equality. They don't discriminate between men and women. And under the federal sanction means US law, government, US government or US law. Okay, under the federal sanction of equal pay for equal work. So they give equal pay for equal work, no matter who it is. Okay, so the author is saying even though the armed forces operate like this, still they haven't made that change that is necessary. Okay, so that is the summary of this passage. Now what is the right answer for that question? I'll show you the question again. Okay, now I see 3 again. All right. Which of the following are true based on the information provided in the passage? The increase in the proportion of women in armed forces will bring dramatic gains for women. Okay, so the author was disappointed because there was no dramatic gains for women, correct? So we can eliminate the first option. Agreeing with me? We'll go one by one, guys. We'll eliminate the first option. Any problem with that? The author was clearly disappointed because there was not dramatic gains. Correct? Right. Now we'll see the third option. The attitude of armed forces towards occupational equality is condescending. Now anywhere in the passage did the author say that the attitude of armed forces was condescending? No, not at all. This statement is exaggerated. Okay, this is something that people assume. Okay, because the author was disappointed with the armed forces, and the author's tone was like that. Okay, so people assume that the attitude of the armed forces was condescending, but it's actually not, because it's not mentioned. Okay, so third is also eliminated. Yeah, no, Divya, it's actually it's not implied. Okay, it's author is definitely disappointed, but he never says their attitude is condescending. Correct. In fact, he says that they operated in an ethos of of occupational equality. Correct. Instead, he appreciates the ethos of the armed forces. Correct. Equal pay for equal work without discrimination. Correct, Pranusha. So let's come to the second option. Pay for women in the armed forces is as high as those of men. So equal pay for equal work, that's clearly said in the passage. So second is the right option. Correct, understood, guys? Pravesh, can you please elaborate your question? I'm not following you. No, Srikanth, the author was disappointed. The author says, in spite of being like this, the armed forces haven't made a good enough change. They have made a change, but they haven't made a decent enough change that will bring dramatic gains. Understood? All right. So, guys, now what is your opinion on the RC section of GRE? Can you crack it now? All right. I can see the hope there. Okay. Divya says she can crack it. That's the spirit. Need more practice. Correct. Shivdeep, need more practice. Okay. So now even after this, after learning all these techniques, you might still face problem in cracking RC. The problem will go away with much more practice. Okay, and the proper if you study the RCs properly with a proper plan, then then the RCs will be very easy. In fact, you'll start liking RC section very much. Okay. So my colleague Samat will now explain you how GRE will help you with your RC section and score well in your GRE. Okay, and I see you guys have a lot of doubts. We'll come back to that again. I'll answer all your doubts at the end of the seminar. We'll have a question and answer session. I'll answer all of your doubts, guys. We'll have a doubt clearing session at the end of the seminar.
Thank you, Mani. So how was the session? Yes, funny, I'll answer that. Are there any RCs in GRE Edge website? Good, great, helpful, fine. Nobody found it boring? No? Pravesh found it confusing? Raja says not yet. Nope. Okay. Alright. Thank you guys. Okay. So, how many of you would like to know, how you can prepare RC passages, cont questions, AWAs, learn words, solve TC and SE, all of this. How are you going to do all that at GRE Edge? Raj, Funny, Sindhu, Pravesh. Okay, sure, we will discuss that. Okay, and I want this session also to be interactive. Okay, and I want all of you to answer. I want all of you to participate. I'm going to ask very simple questions, and I want you to answer it really quick. Okay, whatever comes to the top of your mind, just answer it. Okay, okay. So let's start with a very basic question. Give me some examples of skills that you're aware of. It could be as simple as cooking, eating, patience, says Adrija, drawing, playing, writing, football, communicating, swimming. Okay. How many skills do you know? Let's see. Contraption building. Okay. So, why am I using this example of a skill? Because GRE is also a skill-based exam. Delivering story, right. To compare stuff. Yeah. So, GRE is also, a skill-based exam, and you need to develop a lot of skills to be effective in writing a GRE. Okay, in taking the GRE test. Okay, you need to have analytical capabilities. You need to have the, skills to remember words. You need to have the skill to break down, complex sentences. You need a lot of skills. You need to know time management skills, right? Now, let's take say swimming for example. Okay, we'll take Gunisha's example, swimming. Now, how many of you know swimming? Okay, Raj knows. Prabesh doesn't know. Okay, Gunisha knows. Okay, so how do you learn swimming? If I give you a book on how to learn swimming, and you read it, will you be able to swim? No. It will be very simple. Swimming made easy for dummies. Really simple book. No. Okay, if I taught you on the board of how to swim, no. By practicing in the water, right? So how do you practice in the water? There are multiple ways. That is, you jump into the water and you try to swim. Okay? No. Then what do you need? From teacher, step by step, trainer, buoyant, right? So just like your swimming scale, you have the GRE scale, okay? And just like you can't learn swimming if you from a book or from a board or from watching a video, the same way you cannot practice GRE, you cannot learn GRE, okay? And to be more effective, okay, like a lot of animals are able to learn swimming automatically. Some of you might have learned swimming on their own, okay? But to be able to learn it more effectively with lesser risk within the given time that we have, you need a trainer, right? And a trainer who can, who is a personal guide, who is looking at you at every step, who can improve your, who can make, posture improvements immediately, which you cannot find out yourself. Can you? No, you can improve yourself, okay, but it'll take a lot of time. You have to analyze your mistakes, and you don't know how fast are you swimming, right? Okay, now I'll compare this same story with GRE and GREH. Okay, so when you enroll for a program at GREH, you get two personal trainers, one for quant and one for GRE, one for verbal. Okay, now every session that you take, every chapter that you learn, every question that you solve is analyzed by your personal trainer. Okay, and they give you feedback, and these feedbacks help you improve and boost your score in a much shorter time. Okay, does that sound convincing? Now while you're swimming, now you need to be fast, and you need to know, are you swimming fast enough? That feedback itself is not enough, right? So the personal trainers will be able to benchmark you against more than 14,000 students who are prepared with GRE Edge. Okay, there's a sophisticated technology called as a millisecond monitoring technology, okay, which can track each and every millisecond of yours on the learning tracker, and it can compare it with the other students, more than 14,000 of them, and very precisely say how fast are you going, how fast are you swimming, how much, where else do you need improvement. Okay, and at GRE Edge you won't be taking you'll be taking questions, you'll be solving questions that at the level of GRE. Okay, 10 full-length GRE style tests and 10 full-length for 10 full-length GRE style tests for verbal and 10 full-length GRE style tests for quant. Okay, and after you finish doing this, you'll be taking 4 full-length tests. They are adaptive in nature. So what this will help you do is it'll get you ready for the GRE. Okay, funny. I'll look into that. Okay. Okay. Now, I'll send you some links, and there you can see the experience of some of the GRE students. Okay. This is Pratyush, who's from IIT Rourkela, and he got a score of 330, and then he went on to study in Stanford. Okay, and he was very happy with his preparation at GRE Edge. Okay, he loved the ask it out feature. He felt that his SFAs, the plan that the SFAs prepared for him helped him, prepare very effectively. Okay, and Gunisha is asking, sometimes options of questions are confusing. What to do then? Okay, so there's also a feature called as ask it out that Pratyush is also mentioning, that at any point of time in the day or night you can post a question and you'll immediately get a response to it. Okay, what is an SFA? Okay, SFAs are the personal trainers. Okay, your personal trainer for quant or your personal trainer for verbal. So SFA, the full form of SFA is student facilitation and analyst. Okay, this is Rogers Jeffrey. When he joined us, he was working and he got a score of 324. Okay, he also had a very good experience with us. Okay, and I'll send you one more link. That's the GRE Edge Wall of Fame, and there you'll be able to see a lot of students who have scored more than 320. Okay, now how many of you are looking for a solution to your problems, all the problems that you have? You want to practice more, and you want good guidance. How many of you are looking for that? Raj? Raja? Okay, Raja says all of you. Okay, now to make this even better, you're providing a 50% discount on the GRE Edge complete GRE compact program. Okay, Funny says he needs help in verbal, good at quant. Okay, Raja has GRE on December 2nd. Okay, so this complete GRE compact is a 4-month program. Okay, and it'll take about 250 hours for a normal person to complete this course. Okay, but if you are able to spend a lot of time for your GRE, you'll be able to complete it in as less as 25 days also. So how many of you would like to join this program? How many of you would like GREs to help you with your GRE preparation? Yes, Funny, we'll immediately after this we'll have a Q&A session. No, Pravesh. No, 50% offer doesn't apply for fast track. But why do you want to go for the fast track? In complete GRE compact, you will get much more questions. How many days do you have, Pravesh? Less than 2 months. Okay, and how much time can you spend each day? Okay, Pravesh, the study plan here is made based upon the diagnostic test and based on the number of days that you have left for your GRE. Okay, so you can spend 6 to 8 hours. So that's quite a lot, and I think you can complete this course. Okay, yeah, Raj, are you asking that can you buy now and start later? Is that what you're asking? You want to start in January? Yes, Raj, you can join now and you can start your preparation anytime. Okay, so it's the best time to buy the program because you're getting it at a discount. Okay, any other questions? Okay, how many of you want a GRE counselor to call you or a student counselor to call you and guide you with your preparations? Okay, I'm sending a link. Okay, you can go there and you can fill up that form and you can request a call. Yes, Balaji, Raj also had the same doubt. Can he join later? Yes, you can. You can pay now because it's available at a discount. But if you have any exam or any other commitments in between, you can join anytime. Okay, I'll close the poll then. Okay, funny. You can fill up that form. Okay, they call me back. Okay, okay, fine. We'll get in touch with you. Soon. Any other doubts? Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming to today's online seminar. Happy learning with GRE Edge. Have a good night.
The organizer has ended this session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.
ठीक से ये नहीं हुआ था।